Hello everyone, here I'm leaving 9,000 feet high in Cloudcroft, New Mexico, heading down into the desert in the middle of a sandstorm in the desert to go get my second Moderna vaccine. I did not have a good reaction to the Moderna second vaccine at all. I had a rather lengthy reaction, and I almost didn't make this video because I don't want to scare anybody away from getting their second dose. But on the other hand, I think it's important that you know what you could have happen so that you can prepare for it. I think it's important to be honest, so I decided to go ahead, now that I can talk at length without coughing, to let you know how it went so that you can be prepared just in case you have as long of a reaction as I did. Now I'm pulling into the Alamogordo, New Mexico Convention Center. They were very well organized. I was seen within minutes. You actually get the shot inside the building. Then you wait for 15 minutes in case of an allergic reaction, and then you leave. Be sure to bring your vaccine card from your first shot, and be sure to bring a photo ID. I've heard that some places are confusing folks because they ask for insurance or your social security number. You don't need to provide any of that anywhere. These vaccines are free. They're asking for my identification and my vaccine card right now where I'm waiting, and then I'll go into the building. Now, when I went and got my second shot, it looked to me like not as many people were there as they were for their first shot, which is a shame. You really do need to get your second shot. Just hang on to your hat. Be prepared for a reaction. This vaccine card, which is now filled out, the nurse told me to laminate it, to take good care of it, don't lose it. Apparently these vaccine cards are going to become important. I went about the rest of my day doing fine. Yeah, my arm got a little sore, but what was the problem was the next day I had 103-degree fever, severe muscle aches, so bad I couldn't even get out of my chair without a big struggle. I had chills. In fact, the chills were the first thing that made me think, gee, maybe I should take my temperature, and it turned out to be 103 using one of those thermometers that checks your temple. I had chest tightness when I would climb the stairs. I had coughing, and that coughing lasted in the end for 19 days. I had fever again on day 12. That was 100.6-degree fever and exhaustion, and just stayed in bed. And day 12, I also had loose stool 3 times that day, which I thought was kind of mimicking when I had COVID. That all ended with 4 days of loose stool. It was not good, and the coughing was bad, really bad. I did not like that at all. Here you see the convention center where I'm waiting, and look, there's just a few other people and a lot of empty chairs. Please don't let my experience scare you off. I'm simply telling you my experience so that you can prepare yourself. Now listen to what I sounded like just a few days ago. But I need to get a lot more cat food and refill some water. I'm so sick of this. That damn second Moderna shot activated my childhood bronchitis. At least that's how it feels. Long story about with Moderna. I still suggest people get your shot. Just be prepared to have a whopping doozy with your second dose. And what I've learned is apparently people who have had COVID, which I had in November, we often react even more strongly to this Moderna. I've been coughing like this ever since, well, second day after my second dose of Moderna. Though my coughing was a lot worse day 12. I had fever again, and actually the cough got better after that. This is a better cough than how it used to be. Anyway, but that's what I sounded like for 19 days, and it was worrying me. Really was. I didn't like it at all. Thank God the cough just left suddenly on Monday, Thursday. And you know what it's like? You can't go out in public coughing all over the place. I've been pretty much quarantined. Look, New Mexico, where I live, heads all the states as far as fast as we're getting our vaccinations done. That is really good news. So, vaccines are like a tunnel, and the crosses we bear going through whatever the second dose is going to do to us nevertheless gets us to the light at the end of the tunnel. And light at the end of the tunnel is herd immunity. Herd immunity is our ticket out of this mess, so please don't let my experience discourage you. I'm simply trying to let you know the truth of what happened with me, so that you can be prepared in case you have a really severe reaction. Of course, that 103 fever and all the terrible muscle aches, etc., that lasted just 24 hours, but the coughing continued for 19 days. That's the thing. And then, of course, I had fever again on day 12. That I had a very strong reaction to it. But not everyone does. For instance, my neighbors up here, let's see, 2 of them from Lubbock, 2 of them from El Paso. When they were up here at different times, they told me that when they had their second shots, they did just fine. Of course, these people are older than I am. One of my neighbors, he had his parents who are in their 90s also in El Paso get their vaccines and their second shots, and he said that his mother with Alzheimer's actually perked up for a couple of days. Started singing and doing a little better. He thought that was very unusual, but none of them had horrible reactions. So you don't know if you're going to have a horrible reaction or not, or if it's going to affect you to where you're going to be coughing for what seems like forever. That's how my body reacted, and it may have to do with the fact that I had childhood bronchitis. I don't know. But just be prepared in case you have a strong reaction. Bye-bye.